Thank you for tuning in, and my name is Ama. You are welcome. All right, so today I want to speak to us about, you see the topic there, I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to entitle this, but I will be speaking about 4 or 5 of the most successful transatlantic diasporans that return to the continent or that are coming to the continent, all right? So it does not mean that others are not successful, but I'm just going to share with you my opinion of those that are most successful, okay? And how we should study them and possibly learn something that we can use to make our transition or our visits or our extended stays, whatever works for you, to be the most successful. All right. So starting with the group that I think are really prepared for their return, although there are many challenges, there may even be discriminations that they face. I'm going to start with retirees. Okay, one of the most successful groups of transatlantic diasporans, that's the group I'm speaking about, that are coming to the continent are retirees. Okay, retirees because they have possibly already saved up and prepared. They're financially more secure, hopefully, and prepared to live out their days or to go back and forth to the U.S. They don't have a lot of the concerns that younger couples may have with children, the expenses that go along with them. And so I am going to say that one of the most successful groups that I have witnessed have been retirees and persons over a certain age who have perhaps worked a certain amount of time in America, and so they are better able to cope to life on the continent as far as financially and with life experience. They're a little more laid back. They're not looking for a lot. They're not looking for the nightlife. Not to say that they don't have one, but they're just in the mindset, a more mature mindset in most cases, and they're ready for the continent, be it single retirees or those who are couples. All right, and so the next group, moving along to number 2, the next group I think that is most prepared and most successful on the continent are those who have taken or learned to take their business skills or their educational skills and turn it into a source of income to support themselves on the continent. Because even if we don't want to discuss money, it needs to be discussed, and it will be necessary to live on the continent. You can't just come to Africa and think that you're going to live, for free and everything's going to be okay. And when I say free, without expenses, there are expenses, and money takes wings and flies away, just like the scripture says, right? And so you're going to need to have a source of replenishing that money. So those who are able to repackage their skills are usually going to have and market it, be it online, back to the countries where you to customers in the countries where you came from, or even to one another. There is nothing wrong with helping one another and running businesses. Those who have done business for a while, you have legitimate businesses in the U.S., you are established in the U.S. or in the U.K., you are registered with the Internal Revenue Services, you pay taxes, all right? You are probably going to have the experience that is needed to at least run your business, but of course you have to learn skills for the continent as well, because the business environment is not the same. All right, so those who have learned to repackage their skills and to market those skills are going to have success and are having success. The third group I am finding which have been very successful are those who marry locals, and I'm not saying you have to marry someone, but those who are married to locals who are suitable for them, okay, who are suitable, who, and when I say suitable, who have the mindset to be on the continent. They're not trying to run off to the UK, they're not trying to run off to America, they're not trying to run off to wherever you came from, but those who are a good match for you. And I think those that you may have met in the diaspora while you were away from the African continent are also a good match as well, because they've had similar experiences, they know where you're coming from, and those who may have the same business experience, mindset, some things that you might have in common. But definitely you want to get with the right person, someone who can show you things, someone who can teach you things, someone who is there for you in sincerity and not just looking for a ticket out. Okay, So that is the third group that I think are, would have the greatest success and are having the greater success, or some of the greater success on the continent for those who have returned. All right, so another group, which is the fourth group, are those who realize that you're going to need somebody. You're going to need some help, be it from family members on the continent that come along with you, or from people that you meet who are sincere and not just looking to use you, or family members back at home, friends, former co-workers. You're going to need support, even if it's just an email, even if it's just a phone call, even if you need them to go and check your mail, run some errands for you in the US. You're going to need support. I think about the people that I have, which are very few, but I thank Yah for them and for, the things that they help me out with, like sometimes getting the mail. Okay, because sometimes I may have an important document in my mailbox that I need to get and get a hold of, and they're there to, I can send my mail to them and they can open it up and read it to me. Also for businesses, if you have other levels of assistance that you have, I can send my documents there and they assist me. So you're going to need somebody on and off the continent. Just be careful about those that you choose to make and bring into your fold as friends, as assistants, as helpers. Be careful about what you share with them, even personal things. Sometimes you can feel real comfortable with people, but be wise, be very, very wise. Okay. And also, your help may come from people that you may think are the weakest, like the elderly in your family, children. I tell you, my son and I have been traveling for years. He's an adult now, to the African continent, and he has been such a source of encouragement to me, of comfort, of help. He initially had his own little fan group. We would go out and people would be yelling, like, seriously, hey, his name. And I'm like, where do you know these people from? Because I keep a pretty close eye on him, right? But, and he would tell me, oh, over at so-and-so's house, this person came over. And so he has just been an encouragement to me. And he, has his own friendships that he's developed over the years. So you sometimes will get help from people that you least expect to be the strength of your journey, or to strengthen you along your journey. All right. But whether you have family, friends, co-workers, or whoever, the next group that I think that will do the best on the continent are those who are willing to endure, even sometimes if they have to walk alone. All right. Sometimes you have to have the encouragement or the courage to, go into places that you may have to, face that place by yourself. Okay. Doesn't mean that your family has abandoned you, but you may need to take on jobs, positions, roles on the continent that, although you may have family and friends around, you are adventuring into this by yourself, this aspect of your journey on the continent. So please know that there are lots of things and lots of people out there who are doing successful, and lots of things that we can learn from them. But I think that this group is one of the most, or these groups are some of the most successful groups that you can see on the continent, and I have witnessed their success, and things that they have shared has helped me along my journey. So let's stay tuned into some of the things that they share, learn from them, and apply them to our own lives. Shalom.